The most effective cage is the one you agree to live in, the one you call being informed. You don't need chains to control a person. You just need a screen. Tonight, I want you to look at something you were never supposed to see. Not the news itself, but the machinery behind it. Most people believe they watch the news to gather information, but in reality, the news is gathering them. Every evening, millions of people sit in semi-darkness, their faces bathed in the flickering blue light of a rectangle on the wall. They think they are fulfilling their duty as citizens. They think they are staying up to date. But what they are actually doing is handing over their nervous system to a psychological operation designed to shape how they think, who they hate, and what they fear. This is the quietest war ever fought, and the territory being conquered is the space between your ears. The news doesn't report reality. It manufactures a version of reality that makes you easier to lead. To understand how television manipulates the human psyche, we must look at the biology of attention. Your brain is a survival machine evolved over millions of years to prioritize threats. Modern news is not designed by journalists looking for truth. It is engineered by psychologists who understand the negativity bias. When you hear that sharp, urgent transition music and see the flashing crimson banners, your frontal lobe, the part of the brain responsible for logic, begins to shut down. Your amygdala takes over. You're no longer a rational observer. You are a biological creature in a state of high alert. Urgency is the first blow to critical thinking. By keeping you in a state of mild, chronic panic, the broadcast ensures that you are too emotionally exhausted to ask if a story is actually true. You're only capable of asking if you are safe, and that is exactly when they offer you the answer they've already prepared. Political talk shows take this biological hijack and turn it into theater. They do not exist to provide debate. They exist to perform conflict. Have you ever noticed the deep reds and neon blues of the studio? The aggressive pacing? The way the guests interrupt and mock one another? This is a psychological trigger for emotional contagion. When you watch someone display intense rage or arrogance, your own nervous system begins to mirror it. You aren't just watching a show, you're being synchronized with a specific vibration of anger. They aren't giving you information, they are renting space in your brain's emotional centers. This artificial outrage is addictive. It gives you a temporary sense of moral clarity and power, but it leaves you hollow and more dependent on the next dose of indignation tomorrow night. Controlled minds are not made through force, they're made through the steady drip of repetition. One of the most terrifying tools of television is a phenomenon called the spiral of silence. Imagine a room where everyone is cheering for a certain idea. Even if you disagree, you feel a massive psychological pressure to remain quiet. Television simulates this on a global scale. By carefully selecting which voices are presented as reasonable and which are presented as fringe or dangerous, the broadcast creates a fake consensus. They don't have to ban your thoughts if they can make you feel socially insane for having them. Deep down, humans have an ancient, primal fear of being excluded from the tribe. Television weaponizes this fear. It tells you exactly what the responsible opinion is, and it shows you exactly what happens to those who reject it. Eventually, you stop questioning the narrative. You don't do it because you are convinced. You do it because you want to remain part of the group. As weeks turn into years, the chronic consumption of news leads to mean world syndrome. Because the screen focuses almost exclusively on chaos, crime, and corruption, your internal map of the world begins to change. You start to see your neighbors as potential threats. You look at the future not as an opportunity, but as a dark tunnel. This psychological exhaustion is an intentional outcome of the manufacture of chaos.
The future of our nation.
A frightened population is a population that craves a master.
We must move forward together, united in our purpose.
When people are tired, confused, and afraid. They stop asking for progress and start asking for order. They become willing to trade their autonomy for the promise of security. This is where political manipulation becomes invisible. The leader on the screen doesn't have to force you to obey. He waits for you to beg for him to take control. The highest form of intelligence is recognizing that you are being framed. The most dangerous mistake a person can make is believing that a single source of information is reality itself. No broadcaster sees the entire world, no politician tells the complete story, and no commentator is free from bias. Every screen shows a frame, and every frame leaves something outside of it. The moment you begin relying on only one source, you stop investigating and start following. This is why psychologically resilient people develop a habit that manipulators hate. They verify. They look for disagreement. They compare perspectives and look for what is being left out. They understand that truth is rarely found in a single voice. A lie becomes powerful when it is the only story you hear. Whether information comes from a politician or a famous television network, it should never become your entire reality. To stay free, you must cross-examine the world. Look at multiple verified sources. Follow the evidence rather than the emotion, and understand that a person who questions narratives is a person who is nearly impossible to control. Political leaders and talk show hosts use framing to ensure you never engage with a complex human being, but only with a category. They don't talk about people. They talk about threats, radicals, or parasites. By deactivating your empathy through dehumanizing language, they prepare you for conflict. They give you a hero to follow and a villain to hate. This binary thinking is the death of intelligence. While you are busy defending your side against the enemy they've created for you, you're too distracted to notice the hand pulling the strings of both. You've been turned into a soldier in a war that doesn't benefit you, fighting for people who wouldn't know your name if you were standing in front of them. Profound control is the ability to make a person believe that the ideas in their head are their own. The term brainwashing is often misunderstood as something violent or sudden. In reality, it is the slow, rhythmic washing away of individual nuance. It is the replacement of observation with slogans. When you find yourself using the exact same adjectives as the person on the screen, when your anger is triggered by the exact same names, and when your original opinions sound like a transcript from last night's broadcast, the programming is successful. You have become a relay station for someone else's agenda. You have traded your human complexity for the comfort of a pre-packaged identity. You aren't thinking. You are merely responding to a signal. True freedom is the ability to stand in front of the broadcast and remain silent inside. To break free, you must learn to see the frame, not just the picture. You must learn to recognize that every urgent story is an attempt to steal your attention. Every outraged host is an attempt to borrow your nervous system. Every enemy they give you is an attempt to blind your humanity. Intelligence is not about how much news you know. It is about how much resistance you have to the messages designed to break you. Your peace of mind is the only thing the screens cannot simulate, which is exactly why they try so hard to destroy it. They can only govern the person who is afraid to look away. They can only control the mind that remains tuned to their frequency. This journey into the psychology of control was written to give you back the one thing they can never truly own: your perspective. If you can see the wires, the puppet show loses its power, and you are finally free to see the world as it truly is. PerpetualEchoes thrives on the voices that the mainstream media tries to drown out. Yet I have noticed that lately, many of you watch these videos and reflect in absolute silence. I want to hear the thoughts you are often told to keep to yourself. What was the moment you realized the informed world was just a hall of mirrors? Every single comment you leave helps us break through the algorithmic noise and keeps this independent community alive. If this script resonated with your own intuition, please support the channel. Like the video, subscribe, and share your reflection below. Your voice is the only thing the screens can't simulate. Thank you for being here and for helping us keep these echoes alive.